Replacing cameras in Stratocast. When we need to replace a camera on a Stratocast client account, we can use the camera replacement tool to take care of removing the previous camera and adding a new one in its place. The new device will keep the same name, recording plan, and video quality settings as the camera being replaced, and no additional charges will be incurred. Before replacing a camera, there are several things we need to do. First off, we need to back up any data from the previous unit that we want to keep. This is applicable for any cameras we are replacing, including cameras that are recording to the cloud storage devices, a local SD card, or a network-attached storage device. Any video we may need should be exported to a secure location, and the date, time, and message information for any important bookmarks should be written down as well. The SD memory card on the new camera will be formatted as part of the enrollment process, so we need to make sure any important data has been retrieved from it before doing the camera replacement. The next step is to make sure the new camera specifications are compatible with the previous video settings, particularly the video resolution. We also recommend going through the same pre-installation steps as if we were adding a new camera. In particular, we should check the network ports to make sure the ones we need for the camera are open. The camera ports are provided here, but you can find the full list of ports in the online help under the Firewall Settings section from the Getting Started category. We also want to make sure the camera was removed from any previous video surveillance as a service that it was added to. The previous service provider can help remove the camera from the system if needed. Once we're ready to replace the camera, we need to make sure nobody is modifying any settings on either the new or old camera from Stratocast or the camera's web interface. When considering using the camera replacement function, there are a few things we need to bear in mind. We can use a different model of camera than the old unit with either less or more features, as long as the features on the new camera are supported by the current plan that is in use. In case the camera is using one of the previous plans, including the SD, SD+, HD, and HD Plus plans, we cannot use the replace function, and you will not see the option available for that camera. If the camera we are replacing was recording on an SD card using an Edge plan, we'll need to make sure the new camera has an SD card ready for use, otherwise the replacement will fail. The camera to be replaced can either be in an offline or online state. The replace function can be used in cases where we have a hardware failure on a camera and we want to swap it out, or in case we want to change the model of the camera being used at a particular location. Finally, the replace function is only available when we're dealing with IP video cameras. If either the new video unit or the old video unit is an IP encoder, we'll need to manually remove the old unit and enroll a new one. Let's take a look at an actual camera replacement. Remember, we need to have any video backed up before we do this, since the removal process will delete cloud and NAS video, and the enrollment process will format the SD card. Bookmarks are removed on deletion as well, so we should have any important bookmark details written down somewhere before we start. The first step in the camera replacement is to connect the camera to the network and power it on. Once the unit is online, log on to Stratocast, go to the Clients page, and click on the number of devices for the client who is replacing a camera. From the Devices page, we can click on the Camera menu button for the camera we want to replace, and choose the Replace function from here. The Replace Camera pop-up window will appear, and the first page will give us some important information and ask us to confirm the camera replacement. We need to type in the name of the camera in the field below to acknowledge that we understand what the process is doing. We can continue by hitting the Next button on the bottom right. The next page will show us the currently selected name and time zone and give us the option of changing the manufacturer. We can make any changes to this field if we need to and hit Next to continue. Our third step is to enter the authentication information for the new camera. Enter the serial number and OAK or owner authentication key and hit the Next button. The same rules apply as adding a new camera. We can use upper or lowercase characters, and we can include or exclude the dashes from the OAK. Once we hit the next button, Stratocast will try to reach out to the unit. Similar to a new camera, we'll need to either hold the one-click camera connection button for 5 seconds or have it set to automatically connect from the camera's web page. If we get an error indicating the resolutions available in the current plan are not supported by the camera, we should cancel the camera enrollment and either start again using a camera that has the supported resolution, or change the plan on the existing camera to one that supports a resolution available to the new camera. We could also see an error indicating that the new camera is not supported by the current Edge recording plan. To fix this, we can cancel the camera replacement and make sure the SD card is properly inserted in the camera. Retry the camera replacement from here and see if it enrolls the unit without any errors. Once Stratocast is able to connect to the new camera, we'll need to set the video configuration. We can change the recording type, resolution, average bitrate, and frame rate for the new camera from here. If you need more information on any of these fields, please take a look at the help topic on adding a video unit. In case we have other fields that need to be adjusted, such as the image rotation or quality priority, we can put a check mark in the Go To Cameras edit page after enrolling this camera field. If we need to back out from here, we can still do it by hitting the Cancel button, or we can hit the Replace button on the bottom right to complete the operation. From the Devices page, we'll see the status of both cameras being updated, and then the old camera will disappear. The new unit will be online and ready to go, and any changes that need to be made can be done from the Edit page if needed.